welcome back to part 2. We're talking Barbie with my Barbie friends. So earlier we were talking about the speech America Ferrera gave and about having a village and how women are very nurturing. Now I want to talk about the emotions we all felt, what we thought about it, having seen it the first versus the second time. And I'm going to start down here with Jennifer.
Hi.
So what did you feel watching the movie the first time versus the second time? Did you watch it one time or 2 times?
The first time I watched it, I spent probably about 20 minutes in the lobby with my daughter getting slushies and candy, so I missed a lot of it, and then she had to go to the bathroom, so I watched it a second time by myself so I could really watch it and absorb more of it and understand it. So the first time I thought, it's a cute movie, and I did cry the first time at the end when she chose to live her authentic life. But the second time I watched it, I really cried. I'm starting to tear up now because it had a real personal message to me. When the Kens took over the one scene where they were sitting on the beach and they were playing the guitars and they were singing this song, and the lyrics were literally, I want to push you around, I want to take you for granted. And I personally, my first marriage, I'm a survivor of domestic abuse, and it triggered me very much. And to see her be so strong and fight so hard for those women to turn it around, it spoke to me personally and was really empowering. And I hear you keep talking about your midlife crisis or midlife change. I too did something like that. I spoke to my mom. I'm very, very close to my mom. I actually saw the movie with her the first time, and she said to me, you need to make a change in your life. You seem stuck or unsettled or unhappy. And I did. I quit my job of 16 and a half years and took a leap of faith and just started something new. And
wow, good for you.
It is hard to believe it. Thank you.
Good for you. Good for you on both ends.
Yeah, but it's hard to believe that watching this movie, it was so inspiring. But my mother has so many great messages, and I kept saying to her, I'm like, but I can't. And she's like, well, what if? What's the worst thing that can happen? What if you fail? So what? You get back up again. And that was a lot of what this message was in this movie. So watching it alone the second time was definitely felt a lot different than seeing it with my daughter who was 9 and saw much different things about it.
Right.
But it was definitely very empowering, and also I had a lot to compare to work-wise, because I see at work where I came from and where I am now, it's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting so much better. The company I just signed on with, the CEO is a female, the CFO is a female, and it's the company is owned by women, run by women, and I'm really proud to be a part of it. And leaving where I came from after 16 and a half years was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. But I think it's going to be a good move.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Jennifer works in Barbie Land, and we're going to find out where that is so we can go visit. I'm so with you.
Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm going straight to work after this, and this is what I'm wearing.
Own it. You look incredible.
And you don't have to worry about anybody saying, why she got that on at work, so you'll be good.
No.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great feeling to be able to look and look how you want to look and wear the things that make you feel good. Yeah. It's crazy because it's like when you listen to how other women felt or feel about the movie and about the speeches and all that is awesome, because I never even think about that whole song. And what the lyrics, I never even, I'm just a singing along.
I didn't
never
either.
even thought about it like that. And now we see how it
so
triggers
bad.
and it touches some of everybody.
Yes.
This movie hit on everything that
I
could
wanna
be
see it.
going on, within us. And that never even crossed my mind that could be someone's situation.
I wanted to just grab the guitar and smash it.
Yes.
I didn't look at it that way either. It's a good point. Your point, both of your points, just different perspectives of the movie
Yeah.
really say, oh gosh, I didn't even think of it that way, and
Yeah.
definitely makes you look at it different. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
So Ashley, what did you think? Your first time versus your second time?
Well, the first time I was with my daughter and like 10 other girls and their moms, so it was loud, distracting. I watched the second time with just my husband, and he really liked it. I liked it too. America Ferrera's speech, so just hitting the nail on the head on so many points, like we talked about earlier. Just the pressures of being a woman, a mom, whether you're a stay-at-home or a working mom. It's a lot, and I really just thought that her speech was it really was.
What did your husband think of the speech? Like, did he come to you and acknowledge, like, wow, this is what you deal with? I haven't been helping and supporting you like I should have. Did he say anything at all, or was he just like, that's cool?
I kind of, the first time I watched it, I did like it, but I don't know if it was because I only like half paid attention because we had so many kids with us, and it was like I couldn't fully pay attention. But I went home telling my husband, it was okay. I mean, there were parts that I loved, but it wasn't what I expected. I didn't realize they were going to be going back and forth between like the real world and Barbie Land. And he was like, well, I still want to see it. He really wanted to see it, and he went into it thinking like it was going to be like a musical, maybe a little bit corny, and he did really like it. Never said anything to me about that, but my husband's great in the fact that he's always very appreciative of everything that I do, and I'm lucky because he's very helpful. But I do, I do think that it really just shows how much pressure is put on women, and it really just, like I said, it was spot on.
That's so cool.
It really was. I mean, I stay at home with my kids. I have 4 kids. And I look at working moms, and I don't know how working moms do it, because you have to do everything a stay-at-home mom does, and you work and manage the household. And to me, it's a lot. It's a lot. So props to working moms, because I don't know how y'all do it.
Well, props
It's
to
a
you
lot.
too, because I make sacrifices to not do certain things you are doing, because I know I couldn't balance it all. So don't say like props to working moms, because you are doing probably just as much, if not more, as a stay-at-home parent. I mean, I hired a cleaning person because I couldn't clean my own house.
Right.
Like the guilt hit hard in my heart, where I'm like, someone is cleaning my house because I can no longer do it.
Right.
So
You do what you have to do.
yeah.
It has to give. You can't be everything all of the time to everyone. You just can't. I mean, doing this podcast, this takes, or show, I'm trying to say show instead of podcast, this takes a lot of time. I now outsource our dinners Monday through Friday. I do. And I have no guilt for it.
Don't. You
Yeah.
shouldn't.
There's a lady that lives
I go out to eat.
3 doors down the street, 3 doors down, 3 houses down the street. Damn man. And she cooks our dinners for us. I'm okay with this.
Yep.
I have no guilt and no shame. If I could get a cleaning person that would actually clean, I would hire someone.
Right.
But usually after 2 or 3 months, they decide they no longer want to do certain things.
You just
And I am
accept
paying
the-
you. No, I'm not. I am paying you to do a job, and I expect you to do it. So I refuse to pay for cleaning. It's not that I'm above it or against it. It's just that people don't want to do the job they're supposed to do. That's another podcast, another show. So I would totally outsource that too, because I don't. Again, going back to the whole village thing. What am I gonna do in my house?
Why did you say I have no guilt? Why
No
do you
guilt.
feel you need to have guilt?
That's
Your
a good question.
family's being fed.
Right.
You have
No.
nutritious food.
Well,
How
that's the
you
thing.
got it is a blessing.
So people, women, feel that if you're not doing everything that a mom is supposed to do, you should have guilt. I don't have any.
We can't do it all. Maybe that's the theme of the movie. You're going to be guilty until you die. Your only salvation is ascending.
I don't know why that's funny.
Let's stop
I just
it now.
see all these Barbies going up from Barbie. So there's guilt and ascension is what we're saying.
So let's make the conscious choice to start now. Why wait? Why feel guilty? Why have to feel like you have to explain yourself? I started this recently, guys. You know, like if you call out of work and you're like, I'm sorry, I can't come in because I'm sick. I just say I'm not coming in. I have protected sick time. Thank you, you know? And genuinely, I'm sick. I mean, I my last job that I was at for 6 years, I called out 2 days in a row once in that whole 6 years. So that explains me. But I didn't tell them why. And it was actually, I had gotten COVID at the time. But when I came back, you know, everyone's like, are you going to quit? Because you never quit. I mean, you never called out before. And I'm like, no, I'm not quitting. Thank you. It's amazing that you feel that way, like the impression I gave. But I had no guilt to say, like, I don't have to tell you why I'm not coming in. But I felt for years that pressure. I'm not coming in because, you know, I have a fever, and like no one needs to know that stuff. We can just live our lives. Take what we have. There's no reason to explain yourself. Like even if you're like, hey, you want to come see the movie with me, which you did. And I regret I couldn't make it. I forgot what I did that day.
I forgot I asked you.
No, you did. You did. Yeah, I know sadness. You don't even remember that you asked me.
Well, because I don't know. I had trouble remembering a couple days ago.
But I said I can't make it. I have other plans, right?
Yeah.
And you never made me feel pressured or anything like that. But I have friends that write me this novel in a text being like, I can't make it because of this and that and that. And I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to explain yourself.
No, just move on.
Stop the guilt.
I'm bad about that.
Yeah.
I'm bad about giving an explanation.
Oh, me too.
And I don't
I'm just
ever
always
want
like, I'm
anybody
sorry,
to
I
think
can't do-
like maybe it's just I don't know. I like the short and sweet message. I can't make it. Period. But I always feel
I'm
like
dying.
I should give an explanation because of why I can't go. I don't know.
I'm the
I just
same.
feel guilty about it. You know, if I commit to something and then I can't go, I feel like I need to give a reason.
My
But you
husband
don't.
always says, Tiff, you don't have to.
Like they don't care.
Yeah,
Just
you
tell
don't
me
have
Am I
to.
analytical
I'm like,
then?
Oh my gosh, can I? And I'm just like typing this. He's like, what are you doing? I'm letting them know why I can't. He's like, just say you can't make it. I
Yep.
just can't. I always feel
I can't.
obligated to explain myself
I do too.
all the time.
Well, you're meant to meet me today, changing your life one day at a
I
time.
I know, right?
This is how life could be, everyone. But if your friend went to you and said, I can't make it, would you judge them?
Yes. I'm just kidding.
So why are you putting that pressure on yourself? You didn't judge me, girl. Stop lying. She didn't.
I don't care.
She was like, oh, next time, you're a loser for not coming. That's what she said.
Just let me know you're not gonna make it. Don't stand me up. Just let me know you're not gonna make it. Even
Yeah,
if you just say
exactly.
I'm not gonna be able to make it, okay, cool. But with me, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I hate that I did this to you. I promise I'll make it up to you. I'm going to. But I'm just like ridiculous with it. Like I'm making this whole paragraph. But yeah, maybe I'll just start trying to shorten that up.
Guilty of that.
Yeah.
I don't do that. If someone says I can't make it, okay, no problem. We'll do it next time.
I know
Right,
she's
we
like
all
cool.
do. That's what I'm making
Is
the
that
point.
your favorite
We
word?
all do that.
I do. It's K-U-E-L.
Yep.
I do my own word.
Yep.
Yep.
But the pressure based off of your guilt, why do you feel guilty to have to explain yourself?
But I
to have
don't.
to give a reason?
I don't do
I don't
that.
know.
No, so you leveled up faster than we did, Angie. I was raised to be perfect. And again, my midlife rebirth, right, guys? I literally was raising my kids being like, my childhood wasn't bad. I had a great childhood. I have wonderful, strong parents, right? But that perfection bothered me. And I realized I did everything that society and my parents asked me to do. And I was miserable. I was stressed. I was angry. I was unfulfilled, right? But I always had that nagging perfection behind me, that drive, right? When I was raising my kids from young, when they could start talking, I said, it's okay, no one's perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Oh, you got a boo-boo, that's normal, right? And I started telling my kids, I don't care what you do in life. You can marry a tree, you can be an astronaut, whatever. Do you. I will support you. But just be happy. That's all I ask for as a parent. And I wish my parents had said that to me. I think my life would have been different. But I needed this life lesson to get to where I am. And that's what influenced me actually close to 40 to say, I'm not happy. And in my kids, they were like, wow, Mom, you're finally doing what you've been saying for all these years. You're just choosing happiness. And part of my happiness, I'm just speaking for myself, is imperfection. I will never be perfect.
I tell that to Izzy a lot because we came from a household.
You are, though.
Yeah. We came from a
Thank
household
you.
where you put I call it the magazine cover out.
Yep.
4 girls, all educated. We all went to U of M. This one has a degree in engineering. This one has, it's that you put that perfection thing out there behind closed doors. It's anything but perfection. So I told Reggie a long time ago, if I'm mad at you in the house, I'll still be mad at you when I'm going out the door. I'm not going to go and say, our life is perfect. It's wonderful. I'm not doing that because I had to live that whole magazine cover growing up. And so, again, like you, one of the same things I tell Izzy is, life is not perfect. You don't look for perfection. I am not perfect, and you are not perfect, and I will never expect that from you. I do expect you to give your best, and if you're not giving your best, then I will get on your behind.
Yep.
But perfection is not required here. There is no such thing. Because my perfection, your perfection, are judged by 2 different standards. And my standard will never meet yours, and yours will never meet mine.
Yep.
So
And
perfection
someone's
doesn't live here.
always going to be unhappy about it. You're right.
Yep.
Not
I
just
can think I'm
unhappy,
doing amazing,
But-
and then you're over here being like, girl, you messed up.
but not just unhappy, but it can break down the relationship.
Yeah.
Because if I'm expecting something that she can never achieve, then that relationship, mother or daughter, won't be what it could be.
Yes.
And I want a happy relationship with my child. I want her to feel fulfilled in her life, and I want to be a good mom. And I'm not going to put expectations that she can. We're going to wrap up this segment, and of course we can talk about this movie forever because I do love it. And I think we all loved it, and I think you're going to love it when you see it too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
But there's the Ken song. I wanted to play that real quick and just talk about that because it is getting late, and I know we need to wrap up. So let's see if we can hear this real quick. Of course, I have to push the button first. Here.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do.
Say the words.
Always number 2. No one knows how hard I tried. I have feelings that I can't explain. Driving me insane. All my life been so polite, but I'll sleep alone tonight. 'Cause I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be dead. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blood and charity?
The dramatics.
Just can't where
We
I
played this song on
she
Amazon.
sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent?
So it goes on and on. And part of the song he says, anywhere else I'd be a 10. So in Ken world, if you haven't seen the movie, Ken is just Ken. So it's Barbie and Ken. And they talk about it at the end of the movie, how it's Barbie and Ken, and he's never his own person. But when he went to the real world, he was a 10. He was looked upon as like this masculine person, this guy that could do anything even though he had no skill set. That's why he went back to Barbie Land. Okay? But it's like anywhere else, I'd be a 10. And sometimes, as a mom and as a woman, if there was an alternate, if I was a man, I'd be looked at as a 10. Because the skill set that I have and the mind that I have and what I can do, I think I'm more like a 7 or an 8. So I could relate to this song. It's like anywhere else
You're
I could
20.
be a 10.
You're 20. Yeah.
But I feel
We're all
like
20.
that sometimes. I could be a 10 if I was a man.
So, again, I've never seen this movie, and I know you guys said that he portrayed the female aspect.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When I first heard that song, I actually also was feeling like men have their own suffers, right? Like
They do.
they have their own societal issues. They can't express themselves. They have to act a certain way. So I think both genders have an issue, but that just spoke such sadness. Like he couldn't be himself. He was also trying to follow the role he was meant to play.
And at the end of the movie, he does say that. he's talking to Barbie and he says, I
wrote the
felt
script.
so much.
Right? You
and Greta.
did. I'm impressed.
I felt so much pressure. I couldn't keep going on and being someone I wasn't, because he tried so hard to be like that macho guy, and that wasn't who he was either.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be seen. Basically, he was fighting to have a voice and to be seen.
I think we all are.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
We need to take these 11/11 Make-A-Wish, guys. We need to take these society, these views we have in society, and just let them go.
We're gonna wrap up. I so appreciate my friends for being here today.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
We could definitely
for
talk
having
about
us.
this a lot. There's the whole men want emotional. After emotional, they want intimacy. That's also in there. I would love to talk about that at some point, but I do want to wrap up. If you haven't been to our Facebook page, please make sure you visit our social media accounts: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, our website fromdaystoyears.com, and please share. Make sure you're subscribing. We want to get our subscribers up too. If there are questions you guys have for us. And this month we are talking about all things pink. So our next episode will be about breast cancer. We have a survivor coming to talk to us. We're going to talk to an OBGYN. So everything pink for the month of October. Thanks for watching, and thanks Maggie and the girls for being here.
Yay.